Welcome to Viva Voy G Latino. My name is Giuseppe Marconi and why today we speak in English. Normalmente nuestros programas son en español, pero este programa de Makami lo vamos a tener en inglés nuevamente y estamos muy contentos. Y para esto se encuentra con nosotros Blanca de Makami College, que nos va y tiene un invitado especial. Y venga, Blanca, gusto tenerte nuevamente aquí en Viva G Latino.
Gracias, Giuseppe. Muy buenos días a tu audiencia. Y bueno, pues la oportunidad se ha presentado para uno de nuestros estudiantes que es magnífico en lo que él hace. Su nombre es Florin y ahora voy a cambiar un poquito a inglés para que yo lo presente.
Absolutely.
Florin, thank you very much for being with us in this space.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Florin, please tell our audience a little bit about you. Who is Florin?
Okay, yes, I can do that. So my name is Florin Radu. I'm from Romania, born and raised. I came to Canada when I was 16 years old. My father landed a contract for truck driving here, and that's how I ended up coming. I have a brother and my mother. We all came together here, and I got my citizenship within 3 years, so I'm super excited about that. Yeah, I just came here. I went to the high school. It was a little bit tough, right? Because I wasn't speaking English, right? So the cultural hit was huge, right? For me, it impacted me a great deal. And I just, started working, done multiple jobs till I found my passions. So later down the road, I just ended up coming to Makami College. So if there's anything that you would like to ask me in terms of like my journey, or were you guys interested in hearing? I mean, I could say a lot of things, guys.
Excellent, Florin.
How can I know about Makami? Well, it's been lots of years, at least 10 years. So I used to date someone 10 years ago. Her and her mother were taking courses in Makami. So they were always she was still in school, getting ready to graduate. So we were dating, and I was seeing what she's like learning and studying and stuff like that. She got to graduate. I actually been at the graduation, which was really awesome. There was no COVID times then, so it was more fun.
Right.
So that's how I heard about it, and now she's been renting off Vlad, and Vlad is the owner of the Makami College. So I got to meet Vlad like a long time ago, so it was really cool. Back when they were at Capilano Mall.
Right.
And then, they moved to the school in Capilano, and now you guys got this wonderful location. So that's how I heard about Makami. And a few years later down the road, I was interested into it too as well. My ex, she was always, and her mother were always saying that, hey, this will be a great fit for you, because they know how much I love to work with people and how much I love to help people too, and especially athletes, right? Because I've always been an athlete all my life. So.
Right, and it's important that you mention this because a little girl told me that you are, or you play soccer.
Yes.
I don't know how many years ago.
Used to. I played last time 2 years ago. I had my own team, actually. So me and my brother, we wanted to to give back to our community. So we made a Romanian soccer team here, which was really awesome. And we had that going for about 6 to 7 years, and it was awesome. I mean, with the Romanians, we got a little bit of politics involved. We ended up leaving them, right? And we recruited a bunch of Canadians, people from all ethnicities, and we actually won the league title. So that was awesome. After we done that, we went into the higher division in soccer, and everybody just kind of got busy. And we had to give up the team, but it was great. It was a great run, 6 to 7 years. That was pretty good.
Wow! But also you do another sport.
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Can you
Completely different, eh?
Yes.
Yes. I'm very active, right? So I do another sport too as well. It's Muay Thai. Muay Thai is a form of kickboxing, but you have elbows and clinching and stuff like that. So I actually instruct Muay Thai too as well. So it started off as me just training, and then they've seen my qualities and stuff, and they offered me to take an instructor course. And I took the instructor course, and right now I'm leading 8 Muay Thai classes, kids, so from anywhere, kids from 5 years old all the way to adults, fundamentals classes, right? So I have something like 128 students that I'm in charge of, and I'm super happy about it, very proud about it. I'm still training on my own, and I still do, I do fights right now in November. We're planning to have a trip in Thailand for 3 weeks, and I'm gonna have a fight out there too, so it's super exciting.
Very cool.
Yes.
Florin, I have a question. You are a very, you are a smart people. You are here, there, very active, very support to the community. How you can schedule your time, and maybe this is a good message for the people see the program, your timing between school and sport and family.
Yes, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough, actually. You have to sacrifice a couple of things, but it's all about goal setting, right? So if you set up a goal for yourself, long-term, short-term, whatever, right? Any goal, you have to realize that you have to sacrifice a couple things in your life in order to achieve your goals, right? So I just sacrificed my social life, pretty much. I just decided that the friends and the environment that I was surrounding myself with, it wasn't working for me. So I felt like they were, I wasn't being as productive. So I decided to just kind of leave my social group and just focus on myself. And that's how I was able to just sacrifice the social aspect of my life and just kind of focus on my goals. And I'm a goal getter, so I'm like, okay, let's get that done. What's the next thing? Okay, I gotta graduate this. Okay, let's focus on that. So it was actually pretty tough. And mental health is an issue, right? Mental health is everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, depression, things like that, anxiety. Everybody has it, right? I had it too. I may seem like, oh my God, I gotta figure it out. I'm such a goal getter, but no, it comes with it takes a toll on your mental health. So you got to deal with depression and stuff like that because there's some nights where you sit there and you cry, literally, because you don't have a social life. And we're human beings. We strive of interacting with one another. So yes, it's pretty tough. I've been working 2 jobs. So my martial arts instructor job, and I was installing GPS tracking devices in vehicles, and I was coming to school. Till one day, I remember it, my main instructor from Muay Thai, he's like, hey, how can I make your life easier? So he decided to give me a bigger role, get more classes, right, to instruct, in order to leave one of my other jobs. So I'm able now to dedicate my daytime for school and evening time for teaching. Does that make sense, right? So that's how I was able to kind of juggle it around. But when I was working 2 jobs and coming to school, it was taking a big toll on me. I was sleep deprived, I wasn't able to train as much as I would do, and I would get a lot of injuries too as well because overuse. If you're not sleeping, you're not recovering, right? Yeah. So that's it's very tough. Yeah, it was tough. But if you organize yourself and you put everything on paper, and when it comes time to okay, I need to study, make sure you're shutting down everything else, focus on your study, right? So no distractions.
Right, and also discipline. You are a very disciplined person.
Yes, that comes from my parents.
Yeah.
The way I've been brought up. Yes, 100%. Discipline is key, right? Discipline is always key.
Right.
Yes.
So Florin, your passion, you talk about passion, right?
Yes.
Passion for sports, family,
yes.
Passion for a new chapter that you are almost complete. This October, next week, is your final exam. So you are more than ready to rock and roll that final exam.
Yes.
How you combine, I was telling you before we start the interview, how do you combine your sports and now you are learning in massage therapy, sports massage, injuries? How you, or not combine so much, but apply to other athletes?
Okay. Well, they actually complement each other, right? So both worlds complement each other. I mean, when it comes to injuries and stuff like that, obviously the people that are injuring themselves more, people tend to think that it's athletes. It's not really athletes, it's actually people that work in trades and stuff, right? Oftentimes you get injured playing a sport rather than when you get injured, stepping outside your house. you make a wrong step, boom, you injure your leg, right? So a lot of those injuries, they're always silly accidents, right? So, but how do they complement each other? It's actually really nice because we're learning a lot about anatomy and how the body works. And athletes have a really good understanding of their own body and how it works and stuff. So it's really easy to help them out. So actually my students that I instruct in Muay Thai, they always get some sort of an injury. So they get, hip pain, leg pain, whatever, arm pain, shoulder pain, whatever. And they have a lot of injuries, so I'm helping them out by giving them advices for now. I'm not treating anybody because I'm waiting to graduate first, but I have a big clientele already. Everybody's just coming, can you please,
you fix me here?
Yeah, can you work me out a little bit here? My hip is a little bit tight. What should I do? So like, it's really awesome that I'm able to help them out. So and other than that, I've done a course before too. I'm a conditioning coach too as well. So it kind of ties in. It really helps bringing everything together because I have a better understanding of how the body works. I don't, not just by training, but I've done the work, I've learned, and I plan on getting my personal fitness license too as well. So I can tie everything together so I can help people achieve their fitness goals and then use their bodies for performance to perform well, and how better to perform if you actually treat all those injuries and the achy pains, right? So I plan to just kind of fit it all into one scope, right? You come to me, you can train, you can get better at, healthier, right? And injury, like pain-free. So that's my goal. It's just, I'm planning on getting a business and helping athletes more so.
Perfect.
Yes, athletes.
And that's interesting because soccer and martial arts and basketball and all the sport, they need it's not the same when you go and, I go to the massage for a relaxing massage or a stone or that stuff when it's the sport, no? Because the muscle is very, a huge pressure and that stuff.
Yes. So typically, they even say it here in school, the instructors here, they say they love to treat athletes more than they do the average person, only for the reason that the athletes are just going to sit on the table, even though it's painful, they realize that that's something that's helping them. So their pain tolerance is a little bit different. There's like, okay, I need this because it gets me back in the ring or on the track or whatever, right? It gets me back playing my sport. Rather than the average person would just want that pain to go away, but they don't want to really go through the whole painful process. They like a little bit more relaxation. So yes, working with athletes is a little bit, it offers you freedom, right? Right. In a sense. So.
And movement too, right? Recover movement, freedom,
yes.
painless.
Yes, for them it's very important that you have to get their movement patterns, like you have to get their ranges of motion better, like you have to get them back to their sport as soon as possible. They're the ones that are anxious, they want to get back to their sport, right? So
back to training, back to, keep going and train so they can be better and improve, right?
Yes, exactly.
All the time we ask to the student, Makami is a multicultural college. Sometimes people come from Latin America because this shows for the people who speak Spanish. Don't worry. Usually we speak Spanish, but also Makami bring students with another countries. And this is amazing. And your personal experience, how is the best moment with another students in the college?
My colleagues are very friendly. Like typically, I find that people from different cultures, they're very, very friendly because they don't get their cultural differences mixed in, right? They don't try and this is how we do it in my country and this and that. They're just like very compliant and very adaptable, right? I don't want to step on toes or anything like that, but we live in Canada, and Canadians like their particular ways of doing things. They don't really understand that we're coming from different cultures. But I feel like people from different cultures, right, from different countries, when they come here, they're very, very respectful towards everybody else's culture because they understand that it's so much different. By coming to Canada, they understand that, oh my God, it's such a cultural hit. They understand that people live their lives differently. So My experiences with my classmates have been very good. We have lots of people here from India, lots of people from the Philippines, people from Latin countries, right, like Colombians and stuff like that. So it's been a wonderful experience. It's been a positive one for sure. You know, you always get the odd person that, you know, comes in here thinking that massage therapy is something else than what it is, and they're usually a little bit, what to say, like troublemakers, right? Like, oh, this is not for us, blah blah blah. They thinking that they just want to touch people, whatever, you know. So you're always gonna get that, right?
Right.
When dealing with people, but no, overall, it's been a good experience for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned as a male, they don't see themselves becoming massage therapists, and you just say touching other people.
Yes.
But in your experience, it's different. You understand first because you are an athlete.
Yes.
You have practiced in sports.
Yes.
And you wanna help your in the field that you are in as an athlete, people, and they are females, males, right?
Yes.
So you don't care.
Yes. No.
And shouldn't be like, oh, I don't wanna touch anybody, or I wanna touch just for women, maybe feel more comfortable females or males. How is that? Kind of is a teaching, I believe that it's gonna be like not a subject but a teaching in the course that you have to just say this is a body.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if it's female or male. I have to give them the treatment.
Yes. Well, typically how it is, you just visualize it as you know, it's not any different than working on a skeleton, for example. So like, it's funny to say this, but when you view the human body, now that you understand what's going on under the skin, right? So you kind of start to visualize the muscles and stuff on that person's body. So you kind of use it as like a tool. It's not any different than working on a vehicle, for example, right?
Right.
So you kind of detach yourself from like, okay, it's a female, it's a male, and whatnot, and you have to be very cautious of the smells. And that's one of the things that we teach here in ethics and boundaries and stuff like that. If you at any point feel like any physical attraction, let's say I'm working with a female, and you feel any physical attraction, you gotta know your boundaries and you gotta identify that early and refer them to a different therapist if you're not feeling comfortable working on that person. So sometimes, from time to time, you know, smells and stuff, like if people wear perfumes, we highly discourage. It could really alter that mindset where you're just kind of like viewing it as a human body. Once the smells come into play, you know, you're starting to like kind of like connect that to different thoughts and pleasures and things like that, right? So it's just a matter of being cautious and keeping it professional, right? Yes. So I view the human body, whether female or male, I just view it as just like a skeleton with muscles on it. That's it. Right? So.
And you focus on what you have to help them to improve for their health.
100%. And you know, other people. So since we're on this topic, could I add something? Yes. So what I want to touch upon is just like it's not any different. I see constantly like people attending universities. They're like, okay, I want to be a lawyer, and I'm like, okay, cool. So they're going through the school. They've done all this work, all these years, and then when they graduate, they go into a lawyer's office. They understand that this is not something that I want to do. Oh, hold on a second. I didn't know that I'd have to sit in the office for like 8 hours and deal with like, you know, individuals and things like that. So they don't think about the bigger picture. So I feel like in order to be successful, you have to see the end, right? The end of your journey, right? Figure out where your destination is. So with massage therapy, I've realized that a lot of the students, when they're coming here, they're like, okay, I want to be a massage therapist because I want to help people. But then they're uncomfortable touching people. So how are you going to be a massage therapist if you're uncomfortable touching people? So they enroll in the course, and then when it comes down to like, you know, oh, hey, let me give you a massage, Blanca, okay? So and when they start touching people, do you understand that they feel uncomfortable about it? Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like Makami College is doing a great job at running to a touch history. The very first thing you ever do is you do your touch history. What's your experience with touch? Have you had any traumatic experiences with touch and things like that? So they help you direct you in that direction, because it helps you understand, well, is this something that I want to pursue or not? Because I'll be touching people, right? I'll be working closely with people. Am I comfortable enough to do this? So I like how they do that, and it helps you identify whether or not it fits you. Yes.
Excellent. Florin, Makami offered 3,000 hours for massage.
Yes.
This is a good skill. What is your opinion about that?
I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. A lot of other colleges, they do 2,200 hours because at the 2,200 hour mark, you can actually start working in the field. I feel like doing 3,000, it just kind of gives you that opportunity. Well, they give you like extra courses, which is interesting, you know, nutrition, psychology, and stuff like that, which is good. It's good to know. If you're working with people, having a common knowledge about psychology, it really helps. But at the same time, it's really nice because it keeps you those extra months, those extra 800 hours. You can use them to, like, you know, work in the clinic, just constantly being around instructors and being around the school. It just, you know, offers you extra resources. You can start picking at your instructors' brains a little bit, see how the business works, right? So things like that. So I think it's a great opportunity to just kind of be in this environment, for sure. Those extra 800 hours, it definitely helps put everything together, and it helps you make a decision as to what you want to do when you graduate. That's for sure. Because at the 2,200 hour mark, you can already start working. And then you can start bringing your work experiences and share them with your instructors because they're the best to offer you advice, right? Makes sense? So it just kind of, you have that additional support, and then you can just kind of go from there. Does that make sense? Yes. So it makes you,
absolutely,
it makes you better at your job. Let's just put it that way.
Perfect.
Yes. So I think it's a great thing. 3,000 hours, it's a great thing. It's fantastic that I chose this college and not the 2,200 hour one. So yay, Makami.
Way to go, Florin.
Way to go, yes.
So, Florin, tell us a little bit, what are your plans short term? You mentioned earlier that you will be going to Thailand for a fight, which is exciting. Let us know if it's going to be on air. I am fanatic of sports. I cheer hard. So, yeah, tell us a little bit when your exam next week is coming.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
More than
Let's
ready.
do it. Let's do
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I'm ready to do my test, my final test today.
Yes.
Okay, you pass. So, yeah, what are you taking, like a break? Are you concentrating more in sports, in just graduate and said, okay, I accomplished this, and what's next?
What's next? That's a good question. So I enrolled in Makami when it was COVID time.
Right.
So that's when I made the decision. I'm like, I need to find a job that actually keeps me working during times like this, on a pandemic. So I searched it up. I actually wanted to become a chef. It's funny.
Oh.
But that didn't work out because all the restaurants ended up closing. So a lot of chefs lost their jobs during COVID. So I was like, okay, well, massage therapy is one of those things that everybody needs. So I joined massage therapy. So I had that in mind, that I'm going to build a business and I just want to be able to have work, right? So my short-term goal is, obviously next week, final exam. I plan on graduating, right? Then I'm going to Thailand for 3 weeks. I'm gonna have the fight. I'm gonna come back, and just when I'm coming back, it's just around the corner. It's like the Christmas and the winter holidays and whatnot. So I'm gonna take that time off, obviously. Just like Giuseppe was just mentioning, how are you able to juggle everything around? So I do need a break. I am gonna take a break after I graduate. I don't need to go in the work field right away. I don't feel like that's something that you need to be pushing yourself towards. I think you need to take your time, right? Building a business, you can't rush into it. So I'm gonna take a break for a little bit, and possibly in February, I'm just already gonna start, starting building my business, right? So that's what I'm gonna do, and that's my goal. And honestly, like, for all this time, I sacrificed my financials, to be honest. When I started instructing and going to school and stuff, I'm pursuing something that I'm passionate about. So this is the first things first. I'm pursuing something that I'm passionate about. I'm sacrificing the pay for passion. Right. I want to go to work with a smile on. I want to go to work feeling miserable by having money. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
great.
and you know, Florin, this is amazing because most people say, "Oh, I have a good salary, but I not enjoy the job." And the people have that feeling, say, "Okay, you are in the job, but you don't enjoy this job." And
Yeah.
that you share that feeling, and you say, "Right now, I love this is my passion work, and the salary is not the best, but early or late, arrive
Yes.
because the people they know about is your real passion."
Yes.
And you
it's
connect
all
with the people.
seeds, right? You're not gonna grow a plant overnight, right? You plant the seeds and you wait for it to grow. So this is what I'm doing. I'm following my passion. Yes, the money is not the best right now. You know, I'm strapped for money. Okay, that's not a problem. Later down the road, I can see it grow into something bigger and bigger. You know, once you do your business, okay, I'm gonna understand you're gonna fail, right? Everybody fails, right? That's not, you know, it shouldn't stop you. You go from it. So that's the goal. Yeah. Get in the business, and then you know what? Later down the road, I'm gonna probably look at those times and be like, I'm happy I made that choice, right? Because I know the money is gonna come. Once you love what you're doing, it's gonna show my clients, everybody around me, they're gonna see that I'm much happier. It brings more business, makes you more money. Makes sense? So it's just it's just a journey.
It's the attitude, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Well, why do we come to Canada, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ask you, Blanca, why do we come to Canada? Better future, right? More opportunities. Right?
Hey, Blanca, I have a question for Florin. Maybe if you want, and I know you're very busy in the future when you open your business, you will come in again with us and we talk about your experience. What do you think, Blanca?
Yes, of course, Florin, this is not the first and last time that you will be here.
Okay.
We would love to have you again, following you, in your journey. I know you have a lot of passion. I can see it in your eyes, in your attitude. You are always on time, showing for school, showing now as a tutor, which is great help for many students, right? Because maybe some of them, they are shy, or maybe they are shy to ask in front of 30 people, hey teacher, I have a question, right? But they book with you or they book with somebody else and it's just like a different story, right?
Yes.
How has been your experience as a tutor?
As a tutor, it's been wonderful. It's been good. Honestly, before I got offered the tutor position, a lot of my students were getting my phone number and they were asking me. I've done an interview for Makami College. I remember stating this. Yeah, a lot of my students, they got my phone number and they want to help all the time in the classroom setting. They said, oh, okay, and I go and help them. And at some points, maybe my style of teaching is a little bit different than what the instructors are offering. So they said, oh, I understand it better when you told me. And that's when I realized that, oh, maybe I'm good at this, right? So then I got offered to be a student mentor and do tutoring. And I'm doing that right now as like my work experience hours. And it's wonderful, you know, even though I'm doing it as a volunteer position, it's great to be able to help other people learn. So the way the tutoring goes is you're not really teaching anybody anything, you're helping them learn on their own. So like, oh, come on over here. Okay, what do you need help with today? And you're telling me, what do you need help? Let's say palpation. Okay, well, let's learn together. So we're just kind of pulling up all our resources and learning together. I feel like that approach is a little bit different than, oh, let me teach you, right? Let me tell you the answers. No, I want to give you the tools to find the answers on your own. Does that make sense? So my experience has been wonderful because a lot of people, they're struggling with the learning. Maybe you're a visual learner, you like to read, things like that. So what I'm doing with those students is I'm trying to help them figure out their style of learning, and then from there they go on their own. So it's just pretty much, you have a person can't really walk, but you offer them a wheelchair, and now they're able to move around. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful experience. I love it.
Awesome.
I love it. Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Florin.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you guys for having me here. You know, it's awesome. I haven't done something like this before, but you know what? It's always a good time to step outside your shell and try something new, right?
Yes.
So it's awesome.
Blanca, thank you so much for another program with Makami College and Viva with G Latino. Florin, thank you for coming our program. And Blanca, see you next week. More
Yes.
information, more guests, more to Makami College. Nos vemos.
Giuseppe, it was wonderful meeting you.
The same. Take care. Bye-bye.